Hi, my name is David Chapman. I've been in the natural health product business now for about 33 years. About 10 years ago, I started getting angina. I ended up in a lot of pain. It became necessary to have stents, so I started off about 10 years ago with 2 stents. But it fixed me up and I was fine, I thought. 2 years later, I ended up having another bout of angina and another stent. 2 years later, I was in Las Vegas. And when I was in Las Vegas, I started getting the pain, but I pushed myself through. I went to the airport, got on the airplane, and I sat there, and it got worse and worse and worse. And they were about to shut the door. And Las Vegas to Toronto was a 4.5-hour approximate trip. And I realized I had better get off. So I got off the plane. They immediately took me to the hospital, and as I went to the hospital, they said, you're not having a heart attack. However, when I got there, I got nauseated, and apparently that was a heart attack. But they stopped it with some big pill, which is nitroglycerin, and I ended up with a couple more stents. However, about 2 years later, on comes the angina again. And in this particular case, it was early December of 2013. I get the angina again, and it was like, oh no. But I remembered at that point, SalvTonic. The Tasty people had come from China and introduced it to us. So they had given me samples, and in fact, subsequent to that, I had been in China on business, and I went to see them, and I saw their facility. I was very impressed. I'm very impressed with their research. But I had forgotten about it, frankly, until this angina started again. And this time, I decided I was going to start taking it. So within 2 or 3 weeks, the angina basically cleared up. And early January, I went to the cardiologist. He did a stress test, and for the first time ever dealing with him, I passed my stress test. Every other one I'd failed, which meant I ended up with stents. And he said, you're clear. I was like, wow, this is very impressive. And I've continued to take SalvTonic ever since. The difference was SalvTonic. It really made a difference in my life, and I'm so pleased.